Yo, my people. Hope you're well. Hope you're blessed and keeping safe in these difficult times. I mean, it's been like 2 weeks since the Xbox Series have been out, and one for the PlayStation 5, if you're in the UK, before I get attacked. So stay blessed. I hope your consoles are coming soon if you don't have it. And if you do, I hope you're enjoying it. As usual, before we start, I'd like to take a moment to ask you all to like the video, subscribe, hit the bell, so you get notified whenever we upload. Any comments, sharing, it's greatly appreciated. All right, moving forward now. How has everyone's weekends been, my team?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Good, man. All good.
I don't like that delay. A bit more energy. You lot should be happy. Like, where's the energy? How was your weekend?
My weekend's been blessed. My weekend's been fine.
I've been working this weekend, innit? So.
Same. I haven't even opened my PS5 yet, yo. So I've just had it here sitting in the box.
Do not piss off the people watching this show right now. Like, this guy don't have a PS5.
PG. I still haven't opened it, guys. So, just have it here sitting, chilling, waiting for Christmas.
I think we should let everyone know what your address is.
I could have given my pre-order to someone you appreciated it, man.
No. Don't get me wrong, Ray. I do appreciate it. I'm joking. But to be honest, it's the time, yo. I know once I start, it's going to be a really hard thing to pull myself away from it, especially with all the games I do want to play. So I have to be strategic. It's either
time management.
It's strategic. It's either I play the PlayStation 5 and lose my job, or don't play it yet.
Lose your job. I'm joking.
Lose my job, yeah.
Priorities. I'm playing. Don't do that, no one. Don't do that. All right. Okay, LJ, what you been playing? I'm gonna ask everyone. You know our usual. What have you been playing the last week?
So, I've been playing some Miles Morales. I can happily say that I have platinumed the game, and I've 100%ed the game. So, all good. It's on to the next game. I think I'm gonna pick up some Ghost of Tsushima. I know it's somewhat old game. Well, it came out this year, but it's quite outdated. But I want to get into the Legends multiplayer game. So I just want to kind of get an understanding of the gameplay before I jump into that.
Okay. You set the bar high, so I don't know if I'm going to play it and top that. But okay, JJ, what have you been playing?
I've actually been playing some Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and I went back and started playing a bit of Spider-Man Miles Morales to try and platinum the game. And I've actually been quite good. I've been enjoying Assassin's Creed. I'm not gonna lie, I've been enjoying it.
I'm interested to see if you will platinum it.
What's Spider-Man?
Yeah.
I'll try.
A little wager or something.
There's a lot to do in that game.
Not really.
Have a lot of time. No, in terms of all the side missions.
Compared to other games, it's quite short.
Yeah, it's quite short, but the thing is, there's quite a lot of stuff in there to, you just have to travel around the city and grab stuff and find stuff, and that can be time consuming.
Well, you guys like web swinging, so that should be fine. You guys like swinging around on webs, so it shouldn't be a problem.
Got that, and there's also the fast travel option, by the way, which on the PS5 takes literally 1 second.
Yeah. I'm very happy with that they imported that, because it's so quick. You click the button to fast travel, 2 seconds later, boom, you're in that area.
All right, fair enough. Ray, what you been playing?
Yeah, same. I think it's compulsory for anyone that's got a PS5 to get onto that Miles Morales. So I've been onto that, platinum that as well. Had a good time playing that game, playing through it twice. Tried out some Demon Souls. Yeah, because you got to do you got to complete on New Game Plus to get that platinum.
You know what? I was gonna say if you had Demon Souls,
I tried out Demon Souls. It's I've never played a Souls game before, so all of the stuff I heard about all these games being super hard, yeah, it lived up to it. Still, that game ain't for the faint-hearted. So if you don't like hard games and there's no difficulty, it's just one difficulty for the whole game.
Oh, really?
If you don't like hard games, don't waste your money on it. But I like hard.
Some very good advice right there. But would you say
I like hard games, so for me, I enjoy playing it. I think we all had the thought that it might be a bit clunky. Playing through it, it's nice and smooth and fluid. It's not like, say, like a God of War or even a Spider-Man, but it's more of a strategic game. You got to take your time.
Okay.
Also, I just thought, might as well platinum Astro's Playroom, which I've done.
I actually do want to play.
Shouts out to you and LJ for that.
Yeah, I think LJ's on the same. That's a good game, by the way. Actually,
it looks really fun.
Yeah, that's a good game.
I still haven't jumped on that yet.
Yeah, I platinum that. That's a fun game. What else have I played? I played a bit of God of War. Tried to fill that 4K 60 for my game of the generation, last generation. It's nice still.
There is a man who is fully harnessing the power of the. Let me not say power, the speed of the PS5, and he's appreciating it.
Also, what else did I play? I put a poll in the group for you guys yesterday what game I should play next. Most of you lot were saying Batman, but I said I just came off the back of playing Spider-Man. I don't really feel like going into a game that's so similar.
GTA 5.
I already played through that, man. I started Last of Us 2. Remember, I started playing that months ago, but I've never finished that game. So I thought, let me play through it all this time round. Yeah. So I just started that yesterday. What else have I played? I think that's about it, this week,
Say you're doing a lot. All right.
Hold on, where are you playing Last of Us 2 on? Are you playing it on the...
on my PS5.
No, I meant, like, did you get it from the Plus?
What else?
No. Me and LJ went half on that as well. It was on sale for Black Friday. I think we paid, like £14 for it or something like that?
What, recently? Just recently, no?
Yeah, when did we buy that, LJ? Like the start of the week, or something like that?
Yeah, this week. Beginning of this week, yeah.
And you... All right, you know what? He already told us he ain't opening, but I still have to ask him because, I believe in equality, diversity, and, all of that fairness. So, King Boss, what have you been playing?
I have been playing catch-up at work. That's what I've been playing. That's all I've been playing this week. Nothing else.
Fair enough.
Not even a mobile game or anything like that.
I never play games on my phone, except for when I tried game streaming.
xCloud.
That's the only time I ever played anything. I tried it and I moved on.
Fair enough. All right. Well, today we're going to be talking about...
No, hold on. What you been playing?
Yeah, what you been playing?
Yeah. With me, it's been Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I forgot about. You see, I'm a real gentleman. But anyway, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and there's also a game. Strangely, I don't even know how I stumbled upon it, but it's called. I forgot what it's called. Wait, bear with me. It's called One Word, and it's from, I don't know if you know the company or whatever, but it's by Palgi.
No,
and how I came, I do like strategy and a lot of things. So I play mobile games here and there, but I normally go for things like Sudoku and math challenges and things just to keep your brain exercise. It's like a word search, but it's got a spin on it. So there's 150 different famous people, whatever, and all of their quotes or famous sayings, you have to find a word in the search that actually the missing phrase. So it's like a crossword, even though and you have to fight. So first you have to know what their famous sayings is. If you don't, you can research or whatever, Google. Then you need to find it on the actual grid. And it's not a normal word search layer. So the letters only consist of letters that are used for the missing words, but they're everywhere. And it's actually quite challenging. At the same time, it's very good. I would definitely say to look into that. And it's educational, I guess. It is hard for the youngers, but yeah.
What's the name of it again? Sorry, right?
One Word. They got another one that I haven't tried. It's from Palgi, if I'm pronouncing that right. Powgi.
Okay.
They got a Sudoku version, but yeah, I can only vouch for the One Word. And the music in the back actually suits it. I'm not someone who likes those things, but yeah, it's quite. This episode, we're going to be talking about the PS5 and Xbox impressions, after spending a bit of that close time with it. The people that's excited and looking forward to their December allocation that's coming, still let us know in the comments how you're feeling. Are you excited? Can you wait? The countdown, you know, what you're going to play first when you first get your hands on it. We'll cover certain things and hopefully provide you with information that, you know, it might give you, hey, I want to play that game or not. We're also going to be talking about the system sales numbers in Japan, PS5 glitches, a few rumors, various things. So,
yeah, guys. So everyone want to give their impressions on the console so far. How long we've had these consoles now? Right now it's the 29th. So these consoles came out 10 days ago. Yeah?
True. So yeah, 10 days ago. You're right. 19th.
Yeah. So after being with, I mean, obviously, some of you start playing it on day one. I started playing it, I think, on the 21st or the 22nd. I think I was a bit late.
When you came
jumping
here,
on that. Yeah, but I know you guys.
Welcome back to Newswave. So
you lot have been playing the console for 10 days now. So how does it feel? Like, does it feel like next gen? Or does it not feel like
it feels like next gen. Definitely feels like next gen. The reason why I say that is because it's sold out everywhere and everyone wants a piece of the pie. A lot of people have been messaging me like, yo, you know, a place where I can get a PlayStation. How did you get da-da-da-da-da-da? So yeah, it definitely feels like next gen. Playing the games, it does feel new. Maybe because I got a 4K monitor as well. So, you know, it all comes with everything. But I have been playing some PlayStation 4 games. They do look very similar, but I can see an upscale to the graphics.
Do you have a 2.1 monitor?
No, I don't.
No, at the moment.
No.
I know Ray does. So Ray's getting the full spectrum of these consoles.
I don't think some of these games run at 120 at this moment.
Yeah, some of them are. Yeah.
Only Dirt does. I think only
some
Dirt.
of them.
And COD.
No, there's quite a few games that do run at 120 because I know Rainbow Six does. Obviously, COD does. I think on the Xbox, Ori runs at 120 as well.
Yeah.
So there's a few. I think I sent a listing a little while back, but I can't remember the full contents. I haven't played any games at 120 myself yet, but playing my PS5 on my telly, I feel like it's next gen. Even playing older games and playing them at a lock 60 and just feeling that extra bit of power that obviously these are games I played through on my PS4 Pro and it still feels like they've got a boost. So yeah, it definitely feels like next gen to me. If we're talking about actual PS5 games, taking Spider-Man, for example, I don't know, just playing games at lock 60 because you had games that played at 60 on the PS4 Pro and the One X, but they weren't locked, so there'll be a lot of frame drops, and that's just due to the cores inside, obviously in the PS5 and the Series X being a lot stronger. But yeah, it feels like next gen to me, boys and girls. I don't know how JJ can't see the difference between 30 and 60. You might need some glasses.
I was sitting right next to him. Let me explain to you guys how bad it was. I was sitting right next to him. He's playing Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and he jumps into 30, and I can see the detail. I'm like, look, there's more snow. There's more detail, right?
Could you see the ray tracing?
I can see the graphical difference.
We saw the ray tracing stuff. Yeah, but when he jumped back to 60, I was like, Bridget, look at the edges. Because, you know, when you're swinging around. Moving quick. I'm like, the edges look blurry when it's in 30. But in 60, it just looks like a much smoother image. And he's just like, no.
It's not even just that, though. It's just the movement in general.
Yeah, it's just smoother.
Everything is just a lot smoother.
Yeah, like, and he's just like, no, can't see it. Can't see it.
I'm gonna have to butt in and say that I agree. I'm with JJ on this one. I did try it in two modes. I could see that there was a little more smoothness with the 60 60 mode, but it wasn't anything that could take me away from the gameplay. It didn't make me think, let me stick in 60 because 30 is not.
I'm gonna suggest to you guys, and it's not me insulting you, spec savers. It's ASAP, because the difference between performance mode and fidelity mode on Spider-Man is almost day and night. It's almost day and night, and I wear glasses. I have to wear glasses when I'm playing games, so that's why I'm saying spec savers. Trust me.
Or Tesco.
You know,
Tesco does it as well.
You know what it is. Because when I hear people talking about 60 frames and people talking about this and this and that, like I'm expecting like a well blown, like something blowing me away. I don't know what it was like.
It's not anything to blow you away. It's just a difference in the gameplay.
I can see the difference.
Is fluid. The gameplay is just a lot more fluid.
Yeah. And I said that I could see it's smooth. It runs smoother, but it's not something that I can, be saying, nah, forget 60. Forget 30.
I wouldn't say that neither. I just prefer to play in 60.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
I would much rather
me
play
personally,
1080
from watching the game, I feel like because I think with Spider-Man, when you're playing, I feel like when I'm playing cinematic games, like in AC, for example, I think the game was in performance mode, and I was looking at the game as I was playing it. I'm watching. I'm thinking, wow, like this is meant to be PS5. I mean, my TV is not the best 4K TV, but I'm like, wow, like why did it look a bit? And then obviously I saw that there was a resolution mode, so I changed it. And the thing is, even when I was playing it, I wasn't going like, oh my god, like it's playing so smooth. Once I changed it to resolution mode, I was like, oh, that's so much better. Like it was much better. Yeah. It was more pleasing to watch the game.
I think,
and then on top of that, when I was playing it was just like. Oh,
I think you're the type of gamer that just wants fidelity, as in looks.
Yeah.
For me, 1080p for me, it's not the best. Don't get me wrong, but 1080p for me at 60 is much better for me, from my experience, compared to 4K 30. Because 1080p 60, I can still see everything. I can still see all the detail. 4K just means more detail, but I'd rather smoothness over more detail, personally.
That's literally what I was about to say as well. When I'm playing in 1080 60, little things, like I tested it out myself. You can see like the reflections had a lot less detail in it, just that and a third. But it still looked good though.
Yeah.
The game still looked like graphically it still looked good. I'm just talking about Miles Morales. I don't know about Assassin's Creed. But yeah, the game still looked pretty to me in even in 1080.
I think with me, there's that edge of watching it going like especially during the cutscenes when I was like, I know it can look better than this. I know it can, and I just couldn't. I don't know, for some reason I just put it back into 30. And to be honest, I found it. I think because I've been playing in 30 for so long, I feel like my brain has just got accustomed to the 30.
You're wired
and
to
just
30.
enjoyed.
Yeah, that's possible.
Yeah, and it's like when I put in the 60, it's like, okay, I can't notice much of a difference, and it made my game look even worse.
One thing I would say is, like LJ was saying, I'm not going to be one of them people that say I can't play in 30. But any game that has the choice between 30 and 60, I will never choose 30.
I agree.
Never.
It's a no-brainer.
I think if you're playing a cinematic game, you'd be better off playing it in 30. And if you're playing a
God of War cinematic game, and I would playing that in 4K 60 now, I would never. I don't even know if it's 4K 60, but playing it in 60. Playing it in 60 now, I would never go back to cinematic.
I agree with
you.
Never. From just a little I saw from Spider-Man, I agree with you. The 60 is just the thing to have. That's why I was saying to you guys before the launch, I don't think resolution for me is going to be the big thing for this gen. It's going to be the smoothness of the game, so the 60 frames.
The transition and stuff.
And that's why I'm excited to see 120 as well. Sorry to keep cutting your hypes. I'm excited to see 120 because if 60 has done this for me,
even 90. I'll stick with 90.
Even that. Yeah.
That's a long time ahead.
Do you reckon gaming developers would be better off aiming for 4K 100 than 4K 120 or 4K 90?
I think having the variable refresh rate like Xbox has is a much better thing to do, rather than have it as a fixed number and drop.
PS5's got it now as well, by the way. They just added it in there.
They just added it,
because when you see games like Devil May Cry, like majority of that game is roaming around 70 to 100. It only gets to 120 when there's nothing else on the screen. But then majority of it. So you reckon they would have developers would do better, just go, you know what, let's fix it at 100. Don't make it go any higher than that, and then just focus on.
I'd rather it be locked. I'd rather it be locked. All the frames going up and down. That's what I was used to from the last gen. So
I get you.
Having it locked at 60 now is beautiful.
Sense,
it's beautiful.
I'd say even to go back to it. Well, this question's more towards LJ and JJ. Would you say so transfer. Well, going from playing Spider-Man on the 30, then playing it on the 60. Would you say you felt kind of upset or anything, or how did you feel like not seeing the difference?
Me, I felt like I personally felt like like I'm really curious because like I said, I'm one of those people when people are hyping something up, like in terms of quality, in terms of frame rate, I'm always intrigued and so over curious to go there and be like, okay, what does everyone keep hyping about? The best this, the best that. I'm always wanted to get the latest stuff to match. Now when I played Spider-Man, I was like, okay, everyone keeps boasting about the ray tracing. Boom. Okay, I can see that. And everyone was like, okay, I can see that. And I like it. I see the upgrade. When everyone was talking about the frame rate, I went on the frame rate and I was like, like, is the game meant to move faster? Is it meant to be smoother? Is it the speed meant to change? Maybe because I don't know much about frame rate, but I was like, I felt personally like, okay, so I don't get this. So I did feel a little bit disappointed in a way of maybe I felt disappointed in the fact that I couldn't see it. Probably not because it wasn't there. I felt more disappointed that I couldn't notice it. I was expecting more.
Specsavers.
All right. Before I say the next thing, LJ, what about you? Did you feel like, I don't know, upset or anything? Or was it one of the things you bought the console for? Like, how did you feel not seeing a big world-class difference?
No, I do see some differences. I see maybe more to than JJ just because I wasn't gaming on 4K. So when I got the PlayStation 5 and I started gaming with this new 4K monitor, I did see a big change with the colors popping and whatnot. So I did see the change. It's just that when it comes to so I basically played the one with ray tracing. I think it's the fidelity mode. I played the whole of Miles Morales on that. Then when I did the New Game Plus, I played that whole game on performance mode.
Okay.
And if I was to put the two together, yes.
No, sorry, I was saying when you finish. Sorry.
Oh, okay. When you put those two together, I mean, it didn't take away from the gameplay. The gameplay was the same, seamless, but I could see that there was smoother transitions.
And I say I done the same thing, but in the other way around. So when I done my initial playthrough, I done it in 60, and then when I done my New Game Plus yesterday, I done it all in fidelity mode. And in fidelity mode, there's also things that I said to myself, all right, this looks much better. But it's just preference, really. Do you know what I mean? It's just preference because just little things like doing your finisher moves, I felt like in the fidelity mode, in 30, like when you're doing your finishers and the game slows down and it looks better, I say. Then it looks in 60. But if you're just playing a game like all the way through and you want fluid fighting and everything, I'd always choose 60.
Me personally, I haven't given enough all time on the PS5 because I'm playing Assassin's Creed on the Xbox Series X, which I have to be honest, I am quite I haven't played a lot, but I am quite satisfied with how the games on the Xbox are actually performing. Like, it's not like I was expecting something more, but in terms of the quick resume and stuff like that and the added things, I'm actually quite satisfied. It would
ask you a question though.
Yeah.
Because you upgraded to the Series X from the 1S, right?
Yeah.
So what can't you must feel a difference in power in your hands right now then.
And in graphics, definitely. You'll probably see that more than we will.
But you haven't got a 4K TV, that's the only thing I'd say.
That is true.
I think I'm a fussy guy, so there's things like I feel like they should have done different or whatever. For example, it didn't feel like you was in the next gen until you're doing certain things. Like when you turn it on and you're in a dashboard, because they upgraded the 1S, the dashboard and things look the same. Minus my wallpaper. But yeah, so it's just things like that. I feel like
they should
even if it's just a little different, because it makes you feel like you're stepping into the whole next generation. I get it, why they done it. But I feel for me personally, I don't know if it's selfish, but I do feel like it should have a different layout or just something to be like, raw, this is different. Not turn it on and then it's the same thing. So you only kind of notice the power of the Series X or things like that if you're in a game, but I wouldn't notice it throughout the journey.
I get that.
And it brings me to saying, so are we all, for people who don't have a console or they haven't managed to pre-order one, they're not getting December right now, for them they're just hoping and waiting, would your advice or your account say, are you satisfied with the console? Do you think it's best that they wait? Would you do it again and wait?
We're talking about the console in general right now, right?
Which one of them? Both of them?
Impressions.
No, the PS5. Well, both of them actually. Well, yeah.
Just to say, I agree with you there. Obviously, I haven't got a Series X, but that's one thing I was saying as well. I can't imagine how you'd feel going from the one to the Series with the same dashboard. It can't feel like much of a jump until you jump into a game, maybe.
Like, you know what? I kind of like that though. With me, I kind of prefer.
What, not going into the jump?
No, that like seamless transition between the dashboards being similar, having more or less the same features, because that's good and bad. Good because at least you know that they're supporting the One X, still really supporting it in a good way. And maybe bad because what you guys said is kind of correct. Like you want to feel an obvious difference between the two.
Yeah, especially after spending nearly £500.
£500, yeah. But for me, software is like, I like the seamless transition. I don't need to go and learn, or where's this new thing that I always used to go to? Where's that new thing? Or where's this? Everything's just in the same place.
I understand that.
So I kind of like the seamless transition, and the fact that the differences are obvious in certain places means that, yeah, there is an improvement, but just maybe not in every single place. But it's a lot snappier as well. It looks a lot cleaner. As in the dashboard in general.
Swifter, smooth. The store's better. Like it is better in general. It's just, that's why I said it's mainly more, I don't know if it's selfish or whatever. Or I feel like what they should have done is done it as a reverse. So the new console comes out and then they do an update on the previous to let them know they're not left behind.
I think that would have made more sense
actually.
For them to upgrade it. Like how long was it before the Series X came out? Did they upgrade it?
Weeks or months actually, but it was a while.
Yeah, I think they made a mistake in doing that. I think they should, like you just said, to like make the previous generation owners feel included, upgraded everything.
Later on,
I think maybe that's something they could have done with PS4 as well.
If
I'm going to get into that, well, obviously I haven't got a Series X, I got a PS5. Obviously we spoke about it last week. I gave you like an 8 out of 10. I'm still around the same number. Maybe I'm going to drop down to 7. I never had no problems with my PlayStation until yesterday. For some reason, when I booted up The Last of Us, it just turned off, literally just died and wouldn't turn back on by the pad. I had to turn it on with a button on the front. It said it had to repair my hard drive. Then I got black screen. Then I had to reset it again.
Serious?
It's funny that he says that as well, because I was actually going to ask you about any problems you've encountered, like with the PS5, the whole glitches, because I keep seeing things and I can't tell you if mine has problems because I'm not actively playing it. So I was going to rely on you lot to kind of let us all know if there's problems.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the problem I had yesterday. Also, that's the only problem I've had.
Yeah.
Actually. Because I remember you guys were saying you had a few problems with your games just crashing and stuff. I haven't had no problems with that. Though. Only like in-game glitches where Miles would get stuck in a wall or something mad like that. But
I had one in Miles where you know when you jump in the air and it says hold square and he starts doing flips in the air to build up tips and stuff. I did that and I started pressing back.
Are you sure it's square and not X?
No, square.
It's definitely square.
I'm playing.
It's definitely square. But I remember I made him do a back roll, and for some reason the camera flipped, and then it's almost like the sky was the floor, and then the floor was the sky, and then he just fell into the sky, like he just fell for miles and just died.
Oh wow! I used to see something like that in Rainbow, rare, but it did happen.
Yeah, we used to fall through the floor, innit?
Yeah, you just
he just kept falling for time. I did that in I think I did that in Enchanted. There was a part where
I
went past Uncharted.
Uncharted.
Oh,
Uncharted the game.
Okay.
When I played I did that. I went past the bridge, and then obviously that game hadn't been optimized for you to go past the bridge. So there was nothing else on the other side, and then the game just like literally froze, and I was just stuck there. And then he just died. But the same thing happened with Miles. Like you can get stuck in certain places, and then.
Not looking forward to that. Oh, LJ, what glitches or stuff have you encountered?
So one was when I was playing Miles Morales, I was swinging, and then after I was frozen, but everything else was working around me. So the cars and the traffic was moving, and the sound of the hustle and bustle.
Just you was broke.
Yeah, it was just me that was frozen. I closed the application, opened it again, and everything was working fine. Back to where I previously was. Autosave was helpful. No problems there.
That's good. Yeah, I have had one incident where I think
it was as soon as I
switched off. That was it.
Yeah, so it was as soon as I actually platinumed the game. Hopefully everyone can hear me. It says my connection is unstable.
Can hear you.
Yeah, cool. So just platinumed the game, and then I ended up going on to Rogue Company. As soon as I started it, splash screen of Rogue Company came on, and then the PlayStation just turned off.
That is literally exactly the same thing. I had just platinumed it. I loaded it after I was speaking to you guys, but I was just on the dashboard while I was speaking to you. Then I decided on The Last of Us, clicked on it, splash screen came up. I looked down at my phone while it was loading. I looked up, everything was black. No light on my PlayStation, nothing.
Yeah.
You guys must have been worried, boy.
Boy, I was worried. I didn't pick up my play. I thought I overheated the PlayStation. I had to just wait for like maybe 15 minutes or so to turn it back on. I turn it off from the mains, turn it back on, and then after it tell me stuff about my storage needed to be repaired. I was like, I didn't even touch anything.
I just went onto Reddit and followed the instructions. Someone said the same thing happened with them. They just held down the button on the front for 2 seconds and everything was fine again. So
what caused the error though? Has PlayStation said anything about what caused that error?
Be platinum in Miles Morales. Maybe they don't want you to.
It must be because literally LJ done it and then this is literally the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see if when JJ platinums it, if it's going to be the same thing. So when JJ, when he platinums it, you should do exactly the same thing. So platinum it, jump out of the game, and open another game straight away and see what happens.
When you say open another game, you mean opening like a brand new game, like a new game?
No, just any game. Because Ray just said he was on the dashboard. So just once you platinum it, exit the game.
No, don't close it. Just open, because I didn't close Miles Morales. It was still going in the background. I just loaded another game. I just loaded The Last of Us, and then splash screen came up, and then PlayStation died.
I think that wraps up the show for today. I think we've done all of the topics we planned to. So thank you for tuning in with us. See you back next time. Don't forget to hit that bell.
Yeah, people. Respect.
Peace out.
This is the King Boss signing out.
This is DJ signing out. Going back to AC. You know how we do it.